Alright, we're in. Game 2 has successfully loaded as Garen dropping bows in the base. Always happy to see that, as this is Game 2 of the set between Young Fresh and Kawaii versus GoGoCookieCookieButter. It's a loser's bracket round 4 match. Cookie Butter is on the verge of elimination. They have to win both games from here on out to win the set. And Young Fresh is 1 win away from closing the set out.
Yeah, this time this definitely looks like an invade with all 5 members in the same place.
Definitely.
Although Vayne is off just dancing in the bush.
It's an odd path to be walking though, going right through the mid. And then Vayne is still by herself. Not sure what they're trying to do here. Zed's gonna see them coming in, and he will peace out.
Oh wow, he even takes
W just to make sure, I guess. So he will not have the shuriken at level 1. As Ibaru drops the standard down for the vision. And yeah, just like that, the purple team are moving in on the enemy red buff, but Leona has rotated back, and Amumu will get chased out. So odd start by both teams, not sending full 5s.
Speaking of odd starts, we see the Spell Thief's Edge on Sona and the Longsword on Zed. Very interesting.
Okay, so Amumu, a very notorious jungler for needing to start blue. So Young Fresh are going to capitalize on that and take his red away, since they know that he's not going to be there. The question now is that is Amumu going to go straight for the other red? Or is he going to do the rest of his jungle and potentially lose out on an extra buff?
Oh, he's definitely going there, and it looks like Jarvan's heading to his blue. So Amumu's gonna probably get this uncontested.
Well, that is, yeah, and that has been warded out though by the blue team. You can see that there is some vision there, and yeah, it looks like Jarvan knows. He's making a beeline for that. Oh, and the bot lane is coming up too, and the purple team is not communicating. I think Amumu's caught.
Yeah, Amumu's pretty screwed here.
As the flag and dry comes over, Amumu has nowhere to go, and this is a game.
Oh, good flash! Bandage to the race or something.
It's a disastrous start for Amumu, as Kale's gonna come around, and with no more flash, he is all but dead. He needs, yeah, they're gonna try to give this up to Vayne. Okay, Zach Legend super BM right there, and that is the first blood. Zach Legend really needs to just hurry up and get that kill, because that's giving bot lane time to farm. I mean, the first blood is all well and good, but this early in the game, it's not worth the same amount.
Yeah, reduced gold.
Yeah, and you lost like all that experience in lane. But I guess they're feeling so confident that it doesn't matter. But I still think that they really should just finish them off.
Yeah, definitely.
There's definitely not a play that they can afford to make later in the brackets if they get that opportunity. They're going to have to be a lot quicker.
Garen.
But yeah, that is definitely a game-deciding disaster for Amumu, because he lost the blue as well, and he has no buffs on his own side of the jungle anymore. So he is going to be starving for experience and gold. We'll have to see what he can try to do. He actually goes back and gets a pink ward. What do you think the pink ward is for? I don't understand that buy.
He definitely bought that to try to protect his jungle with it. But at this point, it doesn't look like Jarvan really cares about what Amumu does.
See Biotics taking a chunk of damage as the heal debuff goes down. Kind of a weird condemn right there. It didn't really do a whole lot just other than adding on extra damage. But they do bait out the exhaust. So already Zach Legend flexing his muscles in lane. And because Amumu is so crippled, he's not going to be able to help. He might just be relegated to just farming, as we see that he is coming in mid a little bit. Thought that Kale was going to go hard, but Kale's obviously not going to go under the tower this early into the game.
Oh, gank top.
Oh, gank top with Jarvan. And spin to win, and there's the flash and the easy counter flash. And like you said, Garen getting picked as a last pick into Jarvan. You're just asking for the ganks.
Yeah, you know Jarvan's going to be up there all the time.
Yeah, and he came through the lane, which is also a pretty good choice. Zach Legend looks like he might get caught out by a bandage toss. The creep wave is huge, though. So yeah, bot lane does not want any of that gank. It's a very bad time for Mumu to come, in my opinion. You have to be able to read those the situation of the lane. Tristana wants to farm under turret desperately, and the explosive shot making it very difficult because the minions are getting so low that they're just dying to the turret.
Oh, here comes a Mumu in mid. Kale does not see a Mumu, but a Mumu just backs off.
You can really see that the purple team is feeling very hesitant right now. Maybe a little shook from what happened in the beginning, where they basically just got outplayed in the early going, and Ivaru, knowing how strong he is right now in comparison to the 13 CS Amumu who has already died once. This is definitely one of those situations where you see in those Trick 2G My Way jungle videos where he just has his way with them. As the death mark going on to Kale, he does not yet have intervention. I'm not sure what Chase Styles was doing there. That was a pretty free gimme for Zed.
He got severely outplayed right there, if you can even call it that.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to call it an outplay when he didn't even have intervention. That was just a unfair fight that he forced on himself. That if I were Ivaru and Zach Legend, I'd be like, what are you doing? You know, the game is pretty much under control already, and you can't ask for a better start. So, like, you can't afford to be feeding Zed free kills, so let's come back with a cutlass.
Yeah, I mean, Kale does counter Zed, but that's still not a champion you want to be feeding. Because if they can split up the map and keep Kale away from Zed in the actual fights, he's just going to destroy people.
Yeah. So that Arkner is going back from the spin to win. Dookie standing in it for whatever reason and losing all of his health as Styles getting reinitiated on. He does still not have intervention. Some pretty big disrespect right there. And he pays for it with almost all of his life. And he has no summoners this time.
Yeah, and he went back and didn't buy any armor, so he's going to take so much damage. Oh, good pin down.
Kind of an odd choice right there on the... Like, Zach Legend was nowhere near. If Zach Legend had been further up, that probably would have been a kill. Because Sona did not have Crescendo and the... what's it called? The... What is Tristana's ultimate called?
Buster Shot.
Buster Shot. Yeah, the Buster Shot was not up either. A lot of late level 6s in this game. Woo! And...
Good ultimate.
Good
ultimate.
Good Renekton ultimate, yeah.
Although, to be fair, he kind of forced himself to ult, but yeah.
Yeah, saved himself. The execution not as strong because of the extra life that he got. But it's still going to put him under a lot of pressure. We'll see if Garen gets greedy and wants to dive him.
He cannot dive him. He doesn't have Ignite. It's not going to kill him.
Yeah.
But he could freeze the wave out there, and Renekton wouldn't really be able to come up.
Yeah, it's Garen. See the Garen dropping a ward for himself as we see the sad mummy waiting in bottom for an opportunity. And once again, Dookie eating the full spin. So it's going to just shred his life down. Amumu giving up on the gank bottom. Hasn't really caught a break in terms of catching a kill.
But he does have his ultimate now, so he's definitely going to be looking to make something happen somewhere.
As Amumu getting spotted out near the Wraiths.
Ooh, Garen with no cooldowns. It's bad for him.
And Jarvan immediately getting pinged out as well as both junglers bump into each other.
Renekton has no cooldowns. Oh, that was so disrespectful.
So he basically walked up. So what happened right there was that he just walked in Garen's face. And Garen said, "How dare you?"
Yeah, because Garen's cooldowns came back up and Renekton's were still down. I don't know what would possess you to do that. Oh, Chase Styles. Please stop.
Yeah, you're tickling Zed right now, sir.
Let's get the creep.
Yeah, just farm. Because Zed is probably looking to all in again and force an intervention out. And he doesn't even pop the intervention. That's a little strange.
Well, he was kind of dead no matter what. Probably just better not to use it.
Yeah, so blue team definitely herping when they should be derping, if you could call it that. A lot of misplays right now in the solo lanes.
Yeah, and a game that was over is now even.
Yeah, and we mean that figuratively, of course. But
Yeah, I mean, obviously the game wasn't over, but
it wasn't over, but yeah, it was definitely looking bad for purple team.
yeah, they had huge leads like everywhere, and it just hasn't been going much better. I mean, because like even Amumu, like his CS is the same as Jarvan's.
Yeah, and despite not getting his buffs the way he wanted them to, he's still not in a horrible crippling position anymore. Jarvan has ganked once for Garen and gotten the kill, and looks like he's going to do it again. Excuse me. Here he comes. And that is going to be a flag and drag combination, I think. Also, we could see that Amumu and Zed were heading bottom, but the main story here is that Arkner is just getting locked down, and that was a very unfortunate Ruthless Predator because it locked him up as he flashed. So it all but guaranteed the kill. You see Fat Lou going aggressive, and he actually gets killed by Chase Styles. So Zed with his own misplays right there.
Yeah, baiting a little too hard there.
Yeah, Amumu was not close enough to help him before he went down.
Because he has to remember that because he's going Cutlass, he's at that weird part where Zed doesn't actually get any stronger when you're buying all the daggers.
Yeah.
And trying to complete the blade. So he's at a pretty weak point in the build. So even though he's ahead, he's not ahead by nearly as much as he thinks.
Again, it's all about knowing your champion's limits.
Good job by Leona.
Yeah, saved that CS for Zach. Not sure if he would have been able to get the last hit on that otherwise.
Well, just making it a lot easier regardless.
Yeah. See that Zach Legend still doing his thing. Again, not a whole lot of jungle attention bot lane, surprisingly.
Yeah, in fact, basically the 80 carries have not left. They're still on their Doran's Blade.
Yeah. The story of the lane, though, is that Tristana has been missing a lot more CS than Vayne. He is up 100 to 84 right now. Zach Legend on a CS tick, honestly, for about 12 minutes into the game. And it looks like he's just been having a free ride, just been cruising through the laning phase. You see the Amumu ignoring the white camp. Looks like he's going down for another attempt. But we'll see.
They're going to go in on that.
They're going to go in on that, and they lock down Epic Cats. Curse of the Sad Mummy misses, but the Crescendo does not. And it is 3-on-2.
That was awful focus.
But they split the focus. Yeah, and let's not sugarcoat that. That was pretty bad.
Yeah, that went from a free kill to everybody just walking away. That Crescendo should have been aimed at Leona, not Vayne.
And she just killed her. Yeah.
Okay, good play there, but I doubt he can get out.
Yeah, and we're going to see Arkner getting collapsed on again as he tries to take a walk. But spin to winning is not going to get the job done, obviously. And meanwhile, in the mid lane, Chase Styles getting all in again. And he tries to get a trade back on, but Fat Lou too mobile. He's faking him out left and right there. Yeah, overall, this has been a very confusing laning phase, I think. Both teams trying to play with aggression and then not following through properly. As Amumu is going to get double roamed on. Nice Mia top. As Amumu is going to get locked down. He does not have his ultimate. And that's going to be free gold for Eve. Very nicely done. And that should be a dragon. As the top turret is already down. So Garen has to go up and get that huge wave.
I mean, unfortunately, he was able to flash the flag and drag on reaction, but unfortunately, like he just didn't go anywhere with the flash, so it didn't really matter.
Solar Flare going down onto Zed, but it will only hit the shadow as he gaps away.
Whoa, what is Sona doing?
Oh, Sona with a very poor check into the Dragon Pit, and with the red buff ticking, and Crescendo not yet available, that is a wasted flash. I do not agree with that flash at all, and they are just going foot soldier status into this.
Oh no.
Oh, Kagemori trying to be fancy schmancy, but I don't think it's going to matter as another bad flash will result in another kill. And Dookie Butt all over the map now that top is down. And Fat Lou is just outmatched right now in this fight. And he is about to face check into trouble as they have the vision.
Uh-oh.
Kind of a weird play considering that he was already covered on that angle, in my estimation. And the shield will keep him alive. Yeah, I'm honestly confused that he didn't just go on the other side because his bot lane was coming. He could have covered more options, I think, if he had went the other way. Yeah, very kill-heavy game. And a lot of foot soldier status. For those of you that don't know, foot soldier status refers to those old Ninja Turtle arcade games where the enemies come at you one at a time when they could just come at you in a more organized manner. And they just die one at a time. Definitely mistakes being made and panic flashes being wasted. This purple team is definitely going to pay for that in the future with their flashes down, I think. It's going to just result in more free kills. Especially for people like Sona, whose flash is like their only hope of ability. Tristana does have the jump and the the dislocation of the ulti, but it's not how you want to. Yeah, it's not how you want to be using it. You don't want to be relying on that too much. As we see the blue team now with a lot of momentum again. They had the early game on lock. They let it slip through their hands, and they kind of got it evened up again, and then they pulled away at a very opportune time. This turret is in serious jeopardy right now. As you can see, Zach Legend just tumbling into Sona. He does not care right now. Chase Styles trying to duel Zed again. Oh, and the Flag and Drag actually lands, so that's a lot of damage onto Amumu, and the Wolf forcing him away as well. That extra damage. It looks like Kale is trying to bait Fat Lou into fighting him. And intervention coming down. And the death mark being popped onto Kale. But it will not be enough. And that is going to be more free pressure on the map. You see Amumu sitting in base. He has his Spirit of the Ancient Golem. But they need more than... I think they need several miracles right now. A good crescendo right there to stop the all-in on Vayne. By Vayne, rather. But I don't think that's going to be enough to save the turret.
No, it's Tristana going back.
Oh, man. Garen is not having a good day right now as they are all up in his grill in the jungle. And here comes Kale. Curse of the Sad Mummy. Not really doing a whole lot. They cannot kill Renekton. There they finally get him. And there was... intervention was not quite available yet. And they are trying to burst people down. Everybody's so low. And a weird... I think he interventioned the wrong person.
He did.
Yeah, that was kind of bad. Chase Styles needed to intervention himself there to make the trade worth it. Overall, it was still a profitable trade since bot lane is doing so much work.
Yep, they killed both the bot laners and they got the tower. Pretty good stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, Young Fresh, they're in the driver's seat right now. We can see Jarvan going super glass. I don't like that build personally because I'd much rather see the tankier build.
I think that build is straight up wrong simply because Renekton is not building tanky either.
Yeah.
Like, honestly, the only way to lose once you're this far ahead is if you're all glass and you can be picked off and bursted down.
Yeah, or if there's like any moment of miscommunication, and you just have a really bad team fight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, the enemy team is going to be building damage. So, if you're not building any resistances, eventually it'll come to the point where they can kill you.
Alright, here we go. Flag and drag. Very nice. Hits two people. Meanwhile, in the bot lane, Zach Legend all-inning onto Biotics. And that will be a Tristana explosion. Meanwhile, in the top lane, it is a 3-on-3. But already one dead for the purple team. Amumu's already dead. Intervention getting popped onto Dookie. Jarvan hitting a lot of people with his spin. You can see the glass builds really coming back to bite them in the butt right there.
Yeah, Zed has this too.
Yeah, and Zed should have this kill. Kiting back is Fat Lou, though. Well, trying to kite back is Chase Styles. And Jarvan probably can pick this up with the ulti. Yeah. Yeah, Kale knew. So there you go, right there. Glass builds.
Yep, glass builds and you still die.
It's like if one of you is building glass, the other cannot afford to build glass. Straight up. As you see, Zach Legend trying to tumble out of the crescendo, gets hit at the tip range. Shield of Daybreak to kite back on Leona, and there's the bandage toss coming in. And whoa, Biotics again splitting off the focus. Just kill Leona, man. You need the gold. Oh, don't tell me she's gonna get away. I hope not. Oh, okay. Garen coming in at the end. Wow, Epic Cat's going super hard. Tristy does have a little extra range, but it is not enough. As we see J4 coming down, but he is not tanky.
And he's severely outnumbered.
Yeah, so he's probably going to go down unless he gets out. Okay, there's the escape. But that's going to guarantee the dragon for the purple team. You can really see that these build paths really screwing over the blue team as Amumu gets the dragon anyway, and Dookie being so Ivaru being so greedy right there, trying to go in and take it.
Zed failed the shadow.
Definitely huge throws right now by Young Fresh.
Whoa. Whoa.
Not sure what Chase Styles is doing right here. This is some pretty questionable throws right now, as he is again outnumbered.
Yeah, Zach Legend says, I'm not even going to come and help you, man. I'm CSing. You just keep doing that.
Yeah, if either team plays like this in the next round, I don't like their chances, to be quite honest. Both teams playing quite sloppy. The game getting thrown back left and right as Fat Lou is once again out of position and tries to death mark to get to his team. He does go down to Dookie as Garen brings in team in. Here comes the fight. Biotics X forced to kite away as Arkner is 4-on-1 right now, and he does not have help coming to him, so he will just go down. Biotics taking a ton of damage. There is the glass build in full effect. When it works, it works. When you're 1-on-1 like that, but nonetheless, the blue team still get off a pretty good team fight. All their front-loaded damage just died right away. Like, Zed was caught out first, which is big. And then Garen trying to lead the charge, but he just doesn't really do anything at this point.
Well, I mean, Garen soaked up all that damage for his team, but unfortunately, team not able to get away still.
Yeah,
that was definitely interesting.
Yeah, and at the end, Tristana got caught out anyway. Here comes Zed. They see him over the wall, and the Solar Flare used to keep him from advancing in. And I guess it is enough to dissuade him.
He didn't have any actual vision in the pit, so he had no way of really knowing when the Baron was going to die.
Yeah, he did not have his trinket available, and the support was not there with a ward, so he did not want to just do a panic, W in and try to do something. Probably wouldn't have worked out. So yeah, funny builds or no, and throws or no. Blue team is once again in total control.
Yep.
41.9k to 32.3. Again, I'm not trying to hate on the teams. Obviously I support all the teams that have entered in this tournament, but I know that Young Fresh is capable of playing more solid. We've seen it before in the Winter League. Obviously, the new lineup is going to do a lot. Shaking up the lineup always affects the team play. But they definitely need to step it up. I'd like to see them, if they can close this game out, close it out strong. But I also want to see if Purple Team can pull this back. It will be difficult, though.
Yeah, they're extremely far behind right now. And based on how they've been playing, they don't really make plays when they're behind. So it's going to be really hard for them to come back without trying to get those plays. Oh, here we go.
Yeah, there's a good flag and drag over the wall, max distance onto Ice Redemption as he bandage tosses to Chase Styles. And he doesn't even bother. Well, actually, did he have ulti up? He did. He just doesn't bother using it. And no intervention popped by Kale. That is also extremely weird as he goes down for free. And now Dookie butts in a 4-on-1. Pops the Dominus and re-engages. Zach Legend is not quite there. And Ivaru is zoned off to the side. And a nice crescendo catching Vayne coming in will lock him up. But they just can't kill Dookie. And he basically 4v1s them for nothing. as Zach Legend finally able to get in position and output the damage. And Arkner is gonna go. Oh, this is kind of a weird tumble right there, but ooh, that silver proc.
It's like he's not even moving.
Yeah,
because he has no boots.
Well, easy Kagemori, you might die here. Yeah, don't want to chase on that. Kagemori trying to go hero mode right there, but obviously Zed, being the slippery champion that he is not going to get cut out by Solar Flare. But you can really see how far ahead they are. 202 CS to the 142 of Tristana, never mind the 10 kill advantage. Dookie Bud basically tanking up 4 people at once. He finally does have a defensive item with that Randuin's. And that is a fine pick since they have Garen and Zed and a Tristana. So that's a very efficient item. Glad to see that he's building that. And he is most likely building towards what is going to be a Sunfire, I think, since I see the Giant's Belt.
Oh my.
So, yeah, right now this game is kind of just rolling itself out. Purple team not really taking the time to group up. They're just trying to shove out waves that are being shoved in. And it's just allowing blue team to just farm up, go back and buy and wash, rinse, repeat. Could be looking at the end of Team CookieButter here, Sniper One.
Yeah, right now that don't really see an out for them because they don't have enough vision. I know it's hard, but that's the only way to come back. You need to get the vision where you can outmaneuver the other team.
Yeah.
Yeah, because Renekton is not the right target to be going after. You just can't kill him right now while he has Baron. The regen is too high for your limited items. You need to be going for someone that's squishy.
Yeah, Chase Styles is very set on taking this inner turret. He does chunk a Mubu down to half. And it looks like Jarvan has made the rotation. And that will be another Amumu death without even popping Curse of the Sad Mummy.
Yeah, and interestingly enough, if he had gotten off Curse of the Sad Mummy, that might have actually mattered there.
Yeah, and a Crescendo will be used basically to no effect as he locks up the tanks, but no damage results from it. So it basically just results in Biotics getting run down by the Croc. The silence may matter or not. Oh no, it does not. As we see Vayne picking up another kill in the base, intervention going down obviously onto Chase Styles, and that will allow him to survive. And this should be a easy cleanup ace. 32 kills to 13. And bot lane is still going to work on the bottom inhibitor.
Yeah, and Zed really needed to be up there with his team, not down in the bottom.
And it looks like Zach Legend might just go for it.
He's definitely thinking.
He is thinking about it, yeah. But with Leona backing off, that's not a place that you want to be standing. Good damage onto Sona though, that will force her back to heal. And there is a fresh wave there. Kayle is kind of in the vicinity. I don't think she'll get there in time though, if they decide to fight. So it will just be a standard play it safe decision by the blue team. They'll pick up the free objective, starve out the purple team even more, get the dragon. Baron will be up in about a minute and a half, and then I think they'll be set to close out the set.
Yeah, you have to believe that when that Baron respawns, there's going to be a lot of people showing up there.
Yeah.
And what happens there is definitely going to determine how the game ends.
Ivero must not have taken that white in a while because that thing died super fast. It died in literally like an auto and a smite auto Q. You can see now that Kayle has more or less finished her core with the Lichbane Nashers. Building towards that Hourglass, and that's going to be the icing on the cake for her. Vayne's items are more or less finished now. Has the Bork plus the PD, Last Whisper, and a Scimitar is in the works. She is basically untouchable at this point in terms of 1v1s, even 2v1s I would imagine. It would have to take like Zed and some serious lockdown to kill her at this point.
Okay.
Yeah, and you can really see that purple team has kind of thrown in the towel. Not surprising. And that's a nice lead on the Solar Flare, catching him out of the jump. Well done by Kagemori, and that will open up the purple mid inhibitor turret. Mumu coming in over the wall. Good intervention onto Vayne, but the Jarvan ultimate actually preventing Zac Legend from kiting away. Ivaru kind of screwed Zac Legend right there, in my estimation. And Vayne being stingy with her flash also. She should have just immediately flashed out and just said screw it. That's definitely going to hurt their pushing power. As we see Kagemori going all in onto Sona. Epic Cats will drop once again. And Zed can do nothing to stop this push.
Just him and Chris.
Yeah, and Fat Lou just spamming laugh and walking around. They see the writing on the wall. Kagemori wants some more KDA. Ooh, Zenith Blade actually missing a little bit. Thought he caught the lead, but not too sure what the blue team are doing now. They're just kind of wasting time, not ending the game. They want to just get more kills, I think, which is all well and good. They want to pad their KDAs on this. It's a pretty resounding victory for them. Solar Flare missing, hits nothing, hits dead air. I guess she predicted that Fat Lou would jump onto him. And Dookie Butt, for all of his tankiness, may finally go down, or not.
Bandage?
Bandage is going to be the only way they're going to get this. He does land it.
Aww.
But, ooh, Ivaru actually walking in a kind of disrespectful direction, but it doesn't matter, as Zac Legend is there. Purple team will split up, but I'm pretty sure Sona's going to get run down anyway. Oh, but Fat Lou finds himself Renekton, but there is the damage build from Jarvan coming through. Again, when he gets the jump on you, it is extremely effective. He can just melt you down. When you're this far ahead, it's very hard to handle that. And yet another ace coming down for the blue team. Again, they're really soaking the moment in, I think.
Well, yeah, this game is over. Minions are at the... I don't know what they're doing, but... Never mind, the game may not be over, but at the rate they're killing it, it looks like it will be.
Yeah, shoutouts to Ivaru and Dookie doing the right thing, ending the game. Would be nice if they hit the Nexus.
Yeah, what are they doing?
But yeah, let's be real, guys. The game is done. It is a Reynolds wrap. Congratulations to Young Fresh. They will advance to the next round. Losers bracket round 5, I believe, is the next one. Even if they die here, it's not going to be that big of a deal. I see that the Vayne is soloing Baron. Actually, he might be with some... Yeah, I think he was with somebody. So yeah, that is the set.